For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught.
So that's why the scriptures say riches profit not in a day of wrath. And that day you ain't gonna be able to hold your little trinkets, your cash, your money. You ain't gonna be able to hold it to the nuclear missiles, and the nuclear missiles gonna stop in midair and return back with the money that you gave it to hold off the destruction. Once that destruction come, rich, poor, everybody's that's not part of the elect is gonna be destroyed. Continue.
And not to mention, they're gonna have the chip. You're not gonna be able to use the money off of your chip.
That's right. That's right. By that time, like the brother's absolutely right. By that time, when the missiles coming, you're gonna have the majority of you people chipped with the RFID chip, and after that, we're gonna get that scripture next. You're gonna have the majority of you people having the radio frequency identification. All right, which that's the brand that the leases put on you to claim their property. All right, that's the final icing on the cake. All right, the cherry on top to tell you people, all right, that we own you. All right, mind, body, and soul. All right, the elders did a video with the I think Elder Ithun, all right, showing that the chip, all right, it works on radio frequency, which they could use that to basically manipulate your mind. All right, you got I forgot the dude name. All right, he was a scientist from Spain. All right, Spaniard. All right, he had electrodes hooked up to a bull's head. All right, and with remote control, he could change the aggression of the bull. If the bull was charging at him, he would just press the button and the bull would stop and turn around. All right, and it could work vice versa. He could make the bull become aggressive. The bull could be calm, and not just on bull, on any animal. They use it on cats.
Yeah, they use it on sharks. The U.S. Navy uses it on sharks.
That's right. You can speak more on that.
Yeah, because y'all can pull up the articles right now. Type in U.S. Navy manipulate shark with microchips in the brain. Only a wicked ass Edomite would try to do that, but they want to do that to own the waters, man. For more military power, to take down these ships. Who knows, man? Take down small boats.
Yes, sir.
Immigrants coming in, So they want to control animals too with that chip. Right. That's it. Can you read it?
That was it on that?
A little more.
Yeah, finish
it. It says, verse 17, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster, and all the company in ships, and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning.
Yeah, it stood afar off, because at that time you can have people trying to come to America to dock. All right, you can have people basically selling with their sailing on the seas with their goods, and before arriving, they're gonna see from far off that nuclear missiles that just hit America. They're gonna look. They're gonna say, "What the hell is that noise?" And then they're gonna see the smoke and the fire. And they're gonna mourn. They're gonna say, "Damn, it finally happened." Because everybody on this planet knows that the wickedest country, the most violent country, is America. All right, and that there's a great judgment prepared for it. Anybody who knows history, that every society that had its height always came down to destruction. All right, you had Pompeii. All right, which that was just like America. All right, and the Most High allowed a volcano to erupt. All right, and bury all them peoples in ashes, man, in the volcano lava. All right, so the same thing with America. All these great societies, which America basically steals a piece of it. All right, because there's nothing original about America. The same way Rome had a Senate, America has a Senate. The same way Rome elected its Caesars, American elects its presidents. All right, because America is nothing but an extension of the Roman Empire. All right, it's a carbon copy of the Roman Empire. Because people think that America was just a brand new society, all right, of these free thinkers that had in their mind to create a place that freedom, all right, of religion, freedom from oppression could be established. But on the other side, they brought slaves here. So show you the so-called white man's a damn hypocrite. Continue.
Right. Can I bring a quick precept?
Yeah, go ahead.
You mentioned that America is just a carbon copy of all these other societies like Rome and Babylon, which is called in the scriptures. Here's the proof: Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Right. The scripture said, "Come down and sit in the dust." The dust represents confusion. O virgin daughter of Babylon. America is known as the virgin daughter of Babylon. Because number one, it's Babylon because it followed all its philosophies. All right, that's why it's the daughter of Babylon. All right, it was birthed by all the philosophies of ancient Babylon. Because everything that ancient Babylon practiced, all right, it's mystery religions. Everything that was upheld over there is upheld in America too. All right, it's the virgin daughter because no major war or no major conflict has ever taken place on America's soil. You had it's been a couple of like a month or two ago. It was the 72nd anniversary of Pearl Harbor. You would say, well, that was an attack on the U.S. soil. All right, but that wasn't. That was 9/11 before it happened, because that was all staged, man. All right, U.S. bombed their own naval base. This ain't nothing new with the elites. All right, committing false terror to further their agenda. All right, by doing that gained the backing of the people. All right, the patriotic Americans to go fight and defend our country. All right, because we was attacked. Continue.
Right. It says, "Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans."
Yeah, you're gonna be taken out of rulership. So the Most High is gonna put you in a confused state. All right, and He's telling you sit on the ground because there's no throne for you. All right, there's no rulership. And Daniel's he had the vision. All right, he said he beheld till the thrones was cast down, which is talking about all kingdoms of this earth being destroyed. All right, that's why Yahushua is known as the King of Kings. All right, he had many crowns on his heads, symbolizing him coming back into authority and putting all these kingdoms in subjection. All right, so there's no throne for the so-called white man or for all you other nations. That throne is going to be first and foremost for Yahushua and the nation of Israel. All right, because we're joint heirs with the Lord. Continue.
"For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate."
Yeah, you're gonna no more be called tender and delicate, the lady of the kingdoms. Because the scriptures tell you that in the so-called white man's mind, he said, "I should be a lady forever." All right, that he's not gonna see no adversity, no loss of children. But all that is gonna come to you in one day, when you least expect it. The Lord is gonna bring this destruction. Continue.
Revelation 18:18. "And cried when they saw the smoke of a burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city?"
Yeah, what city is like unto this great city, man? What city is like unto America, where you got all these other nations coming here and prospering? All right, at one point that was a fact. All right, you had people who come from dirt poor countries and come and live a so-called decent life, but that's American dream was short-lived. Now you coming into the harsh reality of the American nightmare. All right, when there's gonna be nothing to eat. All right, no electricity, no hot water. All right, there's gonna be race wars. All right, you're gonna have all type of destruction taking place on the streets of America. All right, martial law, concentration camps. All right, torture in these concentration camps. So this is gonna be the harsh reality that all you Americans, all right, who are proud to be called Americans, are gonna wake up to real soon, man. And at that time, you're gonna want to seek the Lord. Even so-called self-proclaimed atheists, all right, who say boldly that there's no such thing as God, and that day you're gonna be seeking for the Lord, all right. But the Lord said in your calamity that He's gonna mock, all right. And 2/3 of the nation of Israel, you're gonna be left hung out to dry, man. All right, because you rejected the word of the Lord. You rejected Him 2,000 years ago, and now that He's speaking in this amount of time through His prophets, you're rejecting that word again, and you're gonna suffer the same fate as all these other nations. Continue.
It says, verse 19, "And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping."
Yeah, they cast dust on their heads to symbolize in mourning. All right, they cast dust in their head. All right, continue.
"And cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, when we were made rich, all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate."
And in 1 hour she is made desolate. That's the lake of fire. All right, that's the second death. All right, which the Most High prophesied about, because the Lord told Noah that he wasn't gonna. He made a covenant. That's what really the rainbow symbolizes. It's not a fucking a symbol, an icon for fucking homosexuality.
Right.
That rainbow symbolizes the covenant. All right, it's sacred. All right, of the covenant that the Most High made with man, the earth, and the beasts. All right, that He wasn't gonna destroy it by water anymore. All right, so get 2 Peter's.
Right.
2, was it 3? I think it's 3 and 3.
Come.
Yeah.
The 2 Peter 3 and 3. "Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers."
Right. Knowing this first, there shall come in the last days scoffers. And like you read the scriptures, the last days began when? The last days actually began 2,000 years ago when Yahushua was born on this earth. That was the beginning of the last days. Get Hebrews 1 and 1.
Right.
All right. Was going to prove that the last days actually began 2,000 years ago.
Hebrews 1:1. God, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days. So the last day, we've been living in the last days for over 2,000 years. So this destruction is well overdue. Now we coming to the seconds to end these last days, man. All right, because you got the hourglass of sand dripping down. All right, so America's basically on its last few grains of sand, and once that time runs out, you ain't gonna be able to buy another second from the Lord bring this place to his knees, man, and having this whole earth in subjection. That's the glory that's coming to the Lord and to his people. All right, he's gonna reclaim his kingdom. Continue. Right, back in 2 Peter.
Back in 2 Peter
3:3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust.
Yeah, there shall come in these last days scoffers, all right, because we witnessed that going out on the highways and byways, which is the main place we're supposed to be. We witness scoffers, man. The elders been dealing with scoffers for 20 plus years, man. You got all these people walking after their own lusts, all right, walking after their own desires. They don't want what's required of them of the Lord. They don't want to know the truth because it's harder to keep the truth, man, to keep righteousness. They want to hear that smooth things, like the scriptures say, prophesied unto us lies and deceit. They want to hear that, oh, America's gonna be alright, you know, pat them on the back, don't worry, ain't nothing's gonna ever happen to America, it's always gonna be here, this economy is gonna rebound, we're gonna go back to the golden age where everybody's gonna be flourishing. This is all fucking lies and bullshit, man. Alright, the judgment of this great whore is nuclear fire. Continue.
It says, and saying, where is the promise of his coming?
Yeah, and saying, where's the promise of his coming? What y'all niggas been saying this for the last 20 years, man. What's that promise that you talk about? What's the promise of his coming? You've been saying UFOs, a mothership, this, that, and the third. Where's the promise at? Where's the Lord? Where's your God? All right? It seems like to us that you niggas are still in the same condition you've been in. All right? But that's the beauty of it, man. Well, while y'all saying this, the day is actually gonna come when the Lord manifests his power, and that day, that's when y'all gonna be willing. Like it says in Psalms 110:3, that people shall be willing in the days of that power. All right, continue.
For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. For this they willingly are ignorant of that by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. But the heavens and the earth which are now.
That was talking about the first death, the earth was overflowed with water. It then perished, but the heaven, which represents the rulership, and the earth now, continue.
By the same word
the same decree that the Most High set forth out of his mouth, that's not going to come back to him void. Continue.
Are kept in store.
Are kept in store, is reserved. Continue. Reserved.
Unto fire.
Nuclear destruction.
Against the day of judgment.
The end of America.
And destruction
of
ungodly men.
Everybody outside the elected nation of Israel is an ungodly man. Alright? Everybody in America outside the elected nation of Israel is ungodly. So it's talking about all you filthy lowlifes in America. And first and foremost, we're going to you Israelites, all right, who don't want to acknowledge that you're Israelites, all right. You want to stay in a dark state of mind. You want to stay in mental bondage. The scripture said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." So it's obviously you people like being in bondage. The scripture said, "Y'all trust in oppression."
Precept. Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishes.
Right. The Lord said He will send for many fishes. All right. Which the fishes are the prophets, and the fishes are here to fish who? Continue.
Saith the Lord, and they shall fish them.
And they shall fish them. Who's the them? All right, the fishers are the prophet. The them that they're fishing is the elected nation of Israel, the ones that was predestinated, all right, that was ordained to salvation, to hear this word. And the scripture say that we had tasted the word of the Lord and see that He is gracious, man. All right. So the fishers are the prophet. All right. The fish is the elect. All right. And the bait to lure them in is the words of the Lord. Continue.
And after will I send for many hunters.
So them same fishes, the Most High is going to change the spirit in them and turn them into hunters. All right, because a hunter main objective